For oral team no, they are really working. For so far minute in some ameba beken na we di edutwam na esefata se me de bre mabedwafo na omason eso etibi. Right now no, oral is really working. Sisi ano eye Sammy Awuku former NLA boss no ono akọ EOCO anim akọ confess o chimache mu biem se sika na ofa free National Lottery Authority no or this cano ese dimirika e de bre mo a munje bre na munwa aso na mo famfeme like you dey no share ma nwanum insan kabi na subscribe to the channel but adoma na e da hono so se na be political trending news be ade eko ene de be bia no me de be ma fei e na nkomo no e ba aba be sha se na sesia no Sammy Awuku na eye ne nsem bi e be ba abonten a ye chimachim bi se eye lottery no ho nsensem no ono akasa so ate ne kuo bi a chese iska na e bi so bi ko aban ho no ono de o se onti asiesa ono so Emma is can be a branch fa baby a ho allegedly ho nsem e ba ya na ye chichimachim say almost getting to $50 million afa ne nsase a ye chichim apansan pansam o se ente sa ma sisi ano investigation a oral team no ene EOCO aye na chese ebu abona e ho say o this cano e ba sisi ano o confessing the so nko ta se masa me de musika bebra munja me na me ndrem ho enya asem keto akra mo me yanko ne ko tie nsem e ko so e ba be chechim de monti asibia.
We are still here in the city of London. Tolon Radio, we are coming to you from the city of London. Yesterday we had an opportunity, spoke a bit about a training currently going on in London with Honorable Nuruddin Mohammed Mumuni, MP for Nalerigu, on the sidelines yesterday when we visited the Parliament of UK. We just did that on the sidelines, and today we are fortunate to have the Member of Parliament for Equiapim, no former NLA boss. You know, maybe by the close of this interview, Honor will be telling me how where to get some true direct, how I can work my way out to get some true direct so that I could get some monies. Anyway, there was this perception some days back that the directors of NLA had a way of giving people numbers. If we have time, I will ask him. You know,
that's fair.
You heard that one?
Yes. Yeah. But unfortunately, nobody ever pointed me to that direction.
You will not hear that.
And maybe when I get an opportunity to ask my successor, I'll ask him whether he has been shown. But it's all part of the perception.
The work, okay.
No, perception.
Okay.
And it's the figment of somebody's imagination.
There's nothing like that.
No. Because the draw processes are normally transparent. It's purely a game of chance.
Wonderful.
Even the staff and management do not participate in the process, in the lottery.
Okay. So nobody can give anybody a number?
Not true.
From your outfit?
Almost the 4 years that I stayed there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a game of chance, like you heard. So this perception has been drawn to a close. My name is Musa Halek. You call me Adugal. I'm the general manager of Tolon Radio and a representative of Tolon Radio here in United Kingdom, London, precisely. Honorable Sammy Awuku, the tutor for this program mentioned your name and I like it. Awuku. Awuku. Yes. That's right. Honorable, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, great to see you again. And
good to see you too.
I was looking for the opportunity to talk to you in Ghana.
That's right.
See how God works.
Yeah,
We are talking in UK.
God works in mysterious ways. And decided to bring me to the white corner.
Seriously.
Seriously. Pleasure is mine.
Seriously.
Good job with what you guys are doing at Tolon Radio.
Thank you very much.
Good job to you and Habib and the rest of the team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
for having me.
All right. So it's just a brief one. Like I said, we will touch on the training program you are here for. And somebody will say that you are an experienced MP. You know,
this is the first time.
Yeah, but the way you are, you know, the way you exhibit, the way you talk, the way you debate, the way you conduct yourself in the chamber shows that you are experienced, even though you are a first timer. You are in UK for this training. What do you get? I mean, we've been here for the past 4 days or 3 days. You know, what are you getting? What have you gotten out of what is being taught here?
Well, I think I have a lot of take-homes with me. Their system is similar to what we do back home. The only one that you see a bit of a departure is that it's a bicameral constitutional arrangement. They have 2 chambers. We have just one, unicameral.
That's right.
And theirs, interestingly, it's a 650 House of Commons, and they have 870 approximately House of Lords. That's also huge for a democracy. The House of Lords it gives them the second opinion to ensure proper legislative scrutiny, and also to make sure that they curtail the powers of arbitrary majority decisions in the House of Commons. And so I'm also learning more about their discipline, their culture, and how their parliamentary system works. Once a week, a prime minister must take the stage and answer questions, flurry of questions across. And so that demonstrates your ability to be on top of issues.
Okay.
And we do not have a prime minister's question. In our system, members of parliament any day can field questions once it's admitted by the speaker.
Yeah.
And so it's been an interesting arrangement. We've also had the opportunity yesterday of attending one of the committee meetings, which I found also very humbling and impressive. Their time, the discipline to time and all was also remarkable from what I saw. I also saw the secretariat, all across.
Are we lacking that in the Ghanaian parliament?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Not exactly. What I also saw was that the secretariat, you see that almost everybody is focused on recording something specific. And I believe that's one area that we may have to improve on.
Very focused.
We do have a secretariat, but in that committee meeting room,
they were very serious.
Everybody
very
with
focused.
With a setup.
I saw that.
Not serious, but everybody with a setup.
Okay.
And then transcribing and making sure that everything and the checks and balances in there.
Wow.
I think that for me, it was a good one.
Wonderful.
And
all right.
then today we had the opportunity of witnessing a live feed from the Prime Minister's questions. And tomorrow we have an opportunity to be in the chamber
Obviously.
of the House of Commons.
Obviously.
So far, it's been great. They've also taken us through issues of the various systems that they have that pertains here, the history of their parliamentary system, and it's the beauty of democracy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. So how does this impact your constituents, and for that matter, the Chamber of Ghana Parliament?
Well, it's supposed this is studying, improving upon my understanding of parliamentary systems and the legislative processes. So it's a good one. It will make me a better member of parliament for my constituency in Ekrapim North.
Wow.
And once I become a good member of parliament in the chamber, coupled with my ground game in the constituency, visibility, engagement with my constituency, it builds me in totality.
Wow.
As a member of
Maybe constituents will hear this for the first time. Maybe I've yet to break this news. Would you be contesting again? We are going back to your constituency. From this training,
the party is still reorganizing itself, right? From
individual, personally, are you thinking personally?
The polling station, the electoral area, constituency elections. They're now going for regional elections. They're now going for national officers elections.
You are not going for any of this.
No, but
you are going for.
I get you, no problem. But the party is reorganizing itself.
I know that is
when
the
party is done with the reorganization.
You now
the time comes for them to open nominations. We'll take a decision. A decision has not been taken.
Less than 2 years in parliament.
A decision has not been taken.
From you?
Yes.
Or party?
From me.
Okay. Yes. So you are yet to?
I'm yet to arrive at a decision.
So whoever is thinking of contesting, you should lace his or her boots.
That's why it's a democracy.
Anything can happen.
When I was ready to contest, I wasn't intimidated by whoever was on the seat.
I'm thinking that maybe through your work, some people will be thinking of not contesting you because it's you. So if you break the news, they back up early.
We also don't have a perfect democratic system. So maybe the person too might have also identified some loopholes or holes that the person might think he or she can do better than what I'm doing. You don't have to stop the person. It's a process.
I know, but somebody like you in the party, you not just say walk over. No one can just come and walk over.
When I'm on the ballot, I throw everything into the ring.
Anyway.
I campaign. I don't take any election for granted.
Okay.
Even if it's a yes or no.
Okay.
So
whoever
will contest, if I decide to contest, I'll definitely. If I decide not to contest too, I'll also be there to support the contest.
Wonderful. All right. So let's look at you. Less than 2 years in Parliament as a first timer. Is there anything in your constituency you can point at and say, yes, this I wanted to do, and I am doing it because you have given me the mandate? What would that be?
Well, I promised when I was campaigning, I campaigned on four major pillars. First of all, to ensure that there is cohesion and unity in the constituency. We see ourselves as family, not belonging to party A or party B when the issues must be addressed. And in furtherance of that, for the first time in the history of the constituency, I have opened an MP's office.
Wow.
The MP's office is not the party's office.
You did that personally.
I did that to satisfy all constituents, whether the person voted for you or your party or did not vote for you and your party. That person must have access to meet his MP. And I do that once a week.
Oh, I see.
You go and sit in the office. Every Monday, I perform what the UK say. That's how the UK MPs call surgeries. So I go there.
So you mean every week you go?
Every week, every Monday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Wow.
And then I meet several constituents with their
What
issues.
did they tell you when they come?
Well, the issues are varied, right? From issues of health, issues of education, issues of empowerment, issues of scholarship, issues of chieftaincy, issues of skill tree, so many. So that was to achieve the four main things that I promised to achieve. The second one was also to support brilliant but needy students. And so far, I have given scholarship in excess of 150 people within the last 18 months of my tenure. Yeah. And I will keep building upon it. I will formalize it properly by end of the year to launch it for people to now have access to engage in these things. The third thing that I also promised them was skill training. And I launched the Criminal Skills Development and Empowerment Fund. And I am happy to inform you, and I'll share some videos with you, of the first group that are being trained in baking, in catfish farming, in soap making, and in catering. And that first cohort that we started 2 months ago, they complete their first set this Friday. So, and when they are going to complete this Friday.
Oh, I see.
And when they are done,
in less than 2 years.
And when they are done, I'm giving them a startup pack. So we started with the first 130 young men and women, and they are completing their various modules in soap making, in catering, in baking, and in catfish farming. They complete this week. Then I'll set them up for them to be on their own. There's a monitoring system. Then I'll take the next batch and also train them in agro processing and this and that. The fourth thing that I also promised was also giving support, micro support to empower the locals who are into trade. Our women, our market women, and our brothers who are into trade, petty trading and all. And I've, together with the Akrapim Community Bank, it used to be called the Akrapim Rural Bank. It's now the Akrapim Community Bank. I have also been able to put a seed fund, which now they are disbursing after due diligence to many of these traders. These were the four major things I campaigned on.
And you are on it.
But one that I did not campaign on, but throughout my rounds, I realized that there was this post-harvest losses for our farmers. They grow their crops, and afterwards, many of it get lost.
It is a national issue.
It is a national issue. So I thought through it. One of my visits to the United States and elsewhere, I saw that they have something they call farmers market. So I brought it down, localized it, and internalized it, and I launched the Ofie market, which has become the single most popular monthly event in my constituency. It is a free market, but what we prioritize is fresh farm produce. So what I do is that as the MP, I take care of the cost of transportation of the trucks that bring the farmers and their farm produce to their monochrome their background. That's the center of the constituency. So these farmers do not incur losses of transportation. Their MP incurs that loss on their behalf. I bring the farmer face to face with the buyer. And so the farmer gets the money directly in his pocket. So it's been the single most popular event up the hill. And the first month, in fact, I started it last year, March. It was launched in February, and the first edition was March last year. When it was launched, with the first one is the last Saturday of every month. The first month we attracted 1,000 people the last Saturday of every month. And then he moved on to about 2,500 people in the month of April. They moved on to 4,000.
Wow, that's
patrons.
significant.
And now he ended last year with about 8,000 patrons at one market. They come to buy.
Wow.
They come from Accra, nearby constituencies, from Koforidua. And so it's become
that's
the
great.
single.
Congratulations on that. That's a great initiative.
And now I realize that somewhere when we opened again in the month of March, because December when we ended, I gave them 2 months break so that the farmers too can then more or less grow more produce and all. So we started again in March. This time we saw people bringing habanero pepper from Volta region. We have people bringing fish from the OT side. People bringing the
north
yam.
come.
Yes, no problem. In fact, they bring the yams as well.
From Bimbila areas.
From Bimbila, from Panda. They come.
Wow.
So, and even interestingly, the Boakwa South last month brought over 200 bunch of the plantain, fresh plantain.
Wow.
And all got consumed in it.
I see. They buy.
And then people also brought truckloads of maize.
And when they come and they're leftovers, are you going to transport them back, or when they come, they get
people that they come to sell.
I see.
And then whatever, strangely, about 90 to 95% of whatever people bring gets finished.
Wow.
And we have live birds. Last time I saw somebody bringing poultry.
Wow.
About 800
I think the government will adopt this.
They did. That's what the government tried adopting it, but because they haven't, well, maybe they needed to have a conversation with some of us to tell them higher, because the Agric Minister launched this farmers market thing.
Okay.
And then
similar to what you are doing.
But the template, maybe they can engage some of us to tell them how we conceived it and how we practicalize it.
Give them the blueprint of the whole
so
issue.
So far, it's been amazing. And it's brought economic empowerment and prosperity to my people.
Great.
And one thing that I also do is that when it comes, and as you have thousands of people trooping there to buy and to sell, there's a local economy, which is the food and beverage. People will eat whilst they are there. And that one, I've made it non-negotiable that the food vendors must
for free.
Come from the constituency.
Okay. I think that's louder.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the MP of Equiapim North. For those of you who might not know or who don't know what he's doing, because you are in the northern region, you are in the Ashanti region, which region is that?
Eastern region.
You might not know. That's why he's telling us. For less than 2 years, this is what Honorable Sammy Awuku is doing. And with all this, he can tell us that he's not running. At this point, he can't tell us he's not going to run again. He's going to be a good person for his constituency. We are not here for so much, to talk about so much. We are just about the training we are doing in London and about his constituency. Just to wrap up, he cannot leave here without talking about government. Are you disappointed?
Right. Well,
taking into consideration what they promise and what they are doing
last week, I don't know if you followed some of the debates in Parliament and where I took the government on the issue of unemployment in the country. In the history of our country today on the streets of Accra, 1 out of 2 young person is unemployed. That's almost 50% of the young folks in our capital region. Secondly, the situation is not different in northern, the western, the eastern, and the central part of our country. There's a government that rose to power on the back of a 24-hour economy, a 1-3-3 shift system.
Youth unemployment.
Youth unemployment. And President Mahama promised us that the 24-hour economy, vote for him, and it's going to take effect the very first year. They have read 3 budgets already. Last year, they read 2. Third one.
That's been done.
Yes. And all they've come to Parliament, they've come to show us a blueprint, a template, and even the 24-hour economy secretariat doesn't operate a 24-hour system.
That was launched.
But
they don't need to operate 24 hours.
When he campaigned using free SHS, within the first 9 months,
that was done.
He implemented it.
That's right.
That means promise made, promise delivered.
They said if you want to run 24-hour economy, you should come and register. So it's not by force. They said it's going to be driven by the private sector.
Was that what they said?
That in a way, in government they're saying.
So we are only holding the government accountable to what they promised, and they were very clear.
Okay,
and they were
very emphatic on that.
And very emphatic on it. That it's a 133 shift system, one job. 3 people, 3 different shifts.
Obviously.
I'm not sure it's being practiced anywhere.
No.
In fact, the one who even made the advert, it says presidential staff. So that person is not waiting for a 133 shift system.
Oh, my days.
And then recently, I also had to even take government on that. If you take the Ghana Tourism Authority, the Tourism Act, where the board chair is supposed to be from the private sector, we've given the board chair to somebody who is already a CEO of Gold Board Jewelry. At a time that you haven't run out of talent, many of your people are crying. So there's something fundamentally wrong. And I believe that if you look at our governance, and this government is majoring in the minor. You are chasing opposition activists for expressing dissent, expressing opinions on things that you find discomforting. But that's what democracy entails. You shouldn't be comfortable with everything that is said at you. Akufo-Addo wasn't comfortable with everything that was thrown at him. Kufuor wasn't comfortable with everything that was thrown at him. Same as Professor Mills. But it is injurious to our democratic culture when you suppress dissent. Okay. Barack Obama once said something. He said the only way to discourage free speech is to promote more speech. That doesn't mean it shouldn't come with responsibility and guidance.
And that is what they are talking about. That you should be responsible in what you say.
But being responsible, there are rules of engagement.
Obviously.
But that doesn't mean that you have arbitrary arrest. Somebody will be sitting in front of his house. You pick the president. You look at the Global Peace Index today. Ghana has fallen again. And so things are getting worse in terms of free speech. And free speech cannot be under siege and under attack.
You think they are not accommodating enough?
They are not. The president is not being accommodating. The government is not being accommodating enough.
Okay.
We had somebody being somewhere in the United States consistently having a podcast and live show denigrating a certain president, President Akufo-Addo, his government, members of government.
I've seen that before.
And come on, we had to weather the storm. We had to choose hope over fear. But it cannot be that any slightest discomfort of the government, that a young person, both male and female, will have to be picked up, arraigned before court. Even somebody criticized the DC in northern Ghana.
Yeah.
And the person was written to by the police to come and answer questions while on a WhatsApp platform you have criticized the chief executive.
But there's a difference between criticisms and leveling an allegation.
Yes.
If he level allegation against Honorable Sammy Awuku,
the police cannot be the complainant. Defamation. I'm a lawyer.
So this is it's pure civil.
You should incur a personal injury.
So it's a civil case.
It is a civil case. So it's not a criminal case.
Okay. I get you now.
So if you feel personally injured,
show BB or Jebre encouragement you. Hanom Ghana Politics Avenue. Send your Danny Diana na political trending news unkwa and ya Jebre say bebre mo ya beja for NET for send your Diana na o onsem kai bi so fashion comment section no send ya be ya. Dear onti ase bia no ya be cheche wase. Hanam de musi. Like you made in the share subscribe to the channel no. Send ya political trending news be tuma onsa ebetumi akabi makram.